Hello my beautiful friends, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm going to be showing you everything I ate in a week, so stay tuned if you want some delicious and nutritious meal ideas. Starting off with Sunday, I had an almost empty jar of peanut butter that I wanted to throw out, but I was like, there's still some left in there. Let me just throw some hot oatmeal in there. That way it gets out every last drop, because I love my peanut butter, as you will soon find out. I mixed in some salted caramel protein, that way she became protein oats. And then for my toppings, I went with sauteed apples and caramelized bananas, because those are delicious. Most of the caramelized bananas, but you know, we love apples too. After my daily walk, I had this very yummy protein shake, not a lunch, really just a little snack. And then for dinner, I started making this Mexican skillet casserole that I found on Instagram. She's been in my saved recipes forever, and I finally got around to making it. Next time I make this, I want to make sure to heat the tortillas up, that way it adds some crunch. Because there's a little layering process. Add this mixture and then 3 tortillas. Add more of the mixture, then another 3 tortillas. If the tortillas were crispy, it would have been A1, but it was still delicious. Topped it with some sour cream and avocado, and then for dessert, highlight of the day, I heated up some frozen blueberry banana nut bread that I had, and then I added peanut butter and coconut whipped cream. For Monday's breakfast, I decided to go with another recipe that I had saved in my Instagram, which was a stuffed delicious sweet potato. If you're thinking, ew, what the hell, sweet potato for breakfast with all that fruit on it? Don't knock it till you try it, okay? It's actually really good. I snacked on an apple while I started making my lunch, which was the entire package of this teriyaki tofu, lots of veggies, and more teriyaki sauce. Butternut squash I added wasn't a great call, won't be buying that again, so lesson learned, but everything else was delicious.
I'm so excited. She's looking real good.
I'm always drinking water, but I do love my coconut water, and then I snacked on this protein bar. I was set on making this mushroom and herb risotto for dinner, a little rice, a little mushroom, you know, a little goodness, but it had chicken fat in it, which I didn't check, so that grossed me out, and I ended up making hot dogs. A flaw of mine is I tend to overcook things now and then, so my hot dog kind of blew up. I know they were jumbo size, but this was like extra jumbo, and it didn't look great. It deflated after being puffed out, but once I tore the skin off, gross I know, then it tasted all right. And I had some chocolate to end the night.
Excited to have you here. If you're here, you have a bench, go ahead and pull it out today.
After my walk, I made the best pancakes ever. Blueberry pancakes with peanut butter and caramelized banana. Oh my god. Best pancakes you will ever taste in your life. JK, that's a little dramatic, but they are delicious and I was hooked. Look, it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. For lunch, I decided to try out tofu scramble for the first time. I made 2 servings because, you know, trying to get that protein.
I may have put a little bit too much turmeric because that is yellow. Got tomato, my yellow tofu scramble, avocado, and Dave's Killer Bread, of course. It's not delicious, but it's not horrible. I don't know what I did wrong.
Lesson learned, go easy with the turmeric. One of my goals for this month has been focusing on my walking. 2 miles minimum every day, either in the morning or later on with my boys. For dinner, I decided to try something new, get a little fresh and funky, you know? So I cooked up lots of veggies, some noodles, and then I also heated up these egg rolls that I found at Costco. The egg rolls were delicious. The noodles were meh, okay. We didn't even finish the leftovers. They weren't that great, but it was alright. After dinner, I really wanted some Ben & Jerry's, but I made the mistake of telling myself no. I thought I was being healthier by making a dessert rather than eating one that was already made. And I should have just fucking ate the Ben & Jerry's, because what happened was I went to sleep and woke up with the munchies and ate cereal and almost a whole tub of Ben & Jerry's. Don't deprive yourself. It will bite you in the ass. There aren't any strict food rules that I follow, but I typically like to stop eating before 9 p.m. Life happens, and if I have to eat late because something came up, then of course I'm gonna eat. But I just rather not go to bed on a full stomach. I didn't feel my best when I woke up the next morning, but it wasn't horrible. I told myself, you know, brush it off. I'm gonna put that food to use and get a good workout in. Food is fuel, and fuel is what I need to try and lift these heavy ass weights. Jax loves his walks and it makes his entire day. Like, look at that face. Oh, I love him. If you're like me and you go a little overboard with your munchies one night, wait until you're truly hungry the next morning before you eat breakfast. Most likely, you just won't be hungry until later in the day because you ate later at night. You ate more than you usually do. I didn't get my appetite back until around 3:30ish, but that was just me listening to my body. I wasn't hungry until then, and I made sure that I had lots of veggies and all the goods. And to end the night, I had some blueberry protein pancakes smothered in peanut butter and caramelized banana, my favorite. On Thursday, we went to Costco pretty early, so I just snacked on one of these little energy bites as a pre-breakfast snack. I found them at Target and they're not as tasty as I had hoped they would be, but I'm gonna finish them because they cost me $5. Anywho, we picked up some black beans, Alfredo sauce, the best baby potatoes, pineapple, bananas because I was running low, can't have that, impossible meat, apples, and blueberries. Gotta have blueberries to make more of my delicious protein pancakes, you know? And then Landy made us breakfast. He actually cooked us up some French toast, which was very sweet. I ruined mine by adding this watermelon seed butter. 0 out of 10 recommend, wasn't for me. The potatoes and eggs were great though, and I ended up finishing his French toast, which had regular peanut butter. And so we were all good there. And I started snacking. I had the last of the Ben & Jerry's ice cream because ice cream is for any time of the day, okay? Snacked on some blueberries, snacked on chips and hummus, all the while I made some chickpea blondies. Then it was time for our daily dose of fresh air and movement, and we caught the most beautiful sunset. The sky was radiating cotton candy vibes, very beautiful. When we got back, I dived into that chickpea blondie, and they were very good, I'm happy to say. I prefer to do my workouts in the mornings, not in the evenings, but when things come up, you push it back and you still get it done. So that's what I did.
Stay.
Let me see you just
Stay. No. Stay. Stay.
Good boy.
Stay.
For dinner, I had a salad, garlic bread, and little veggie pizzas that I cooked in the air fryer. I used mini naan breads for 2 of them, and then for the third one, I used a cauliflower flatbread. First time trying that, and it was pretty bomb.
We're matching. Hey.
As much as I miss the gym, Sydney Cummings' workouts be kicking my butt. She has some good ones, so definitely check her out if you haven't yet. The one flatbread I had used last night, the cauliflower flatbread, was so good and I really wanted to eat it for breakfast. So I made eggs and veggies and heated up 2 of those in the air fryer. They're a little difficult, so I ended up cooking one on the stove and I made it work. As a quick snack, I cut up an apple and some kiwi, and then for lunch I had another salad and this coconut curry soup that I found at Costco. It is December and it is soup weather, so I am all for the soups and salads at lunch. For dinner, I made a plethora of things, including Alfredo pasta, my favorite, au gratin potatoes, shrimps, and Brussels sprouts. Ooh, a little bit of everything. Oh, and some garlic bread, can't forget that. Then for dessert, I had some yogurt and a little bit of the chickpea blondies that I had made. I start my days with a workout video because that's what makes me feel good. If you don't want to work out, then do some light stretching, do some yoga, go for a walk. Whatever it is, make sure you're taking care of your physical and mental health, especially during these times. After getting a good sweat on, hydrating, it was time for breakfast. The thought of making something different did cross my mind, but the protein blueberry pancakes were just calling my name. I had to do it. Shout out to Costco for this giant jar of peanut butter I got a couple months back. It has truly blessed my life. For lunch, I wanted to make this recipe that I had learned from HelloFresh. I got their box a couple weeks back, just because I like to get a little meal inspo, you know, and then I canceled it because it's too pricey. You just roast up some veggies, toast a pita pocket, then you cut the pita pocket in half and stuff it with said roasted veggies. Perfect, delicious, 10 out of 10. We went to Safeway for a little ice cream run because my Ben & Jerry's stock is running a little low. And I also got my favorite flavor of Halo Top. I ended the night with a delicious yogurt bowl with more of my chickpea blondies, and that was it.